Hello, my name is Jeanie Colclough, and I'm the owner of Riveting Trips. And my podcast is called Riveting Trips with Jeanie Colclough. And I'm here once again with my friend Lisa Zennaro of Target Travel. And today
Ciao.
we're going to talk all about what to do in Venice with kids. You know, we talk about Venice and there's lots of activities, but how can you make it kid friendly so that they're not complaining about walking up and down all those steps and getting lost? Ciao, Lisa. Did you want to introduce yourself again to all the listeners out there?
Ciao, Jenny. Yes, thank you very much. First of all, thank you for inviting me and give me this opportunity to take part to your broadcast. And so I'm Lisa. I'm from Venice, Italy, so from the northeast part of Italy. And since I was very young, I understood that my life should be with tourism and to travel around. I took my first flight when I was 12 years old to go to Côte d'Azur, and that opened my mind in the tourism. I started with my studies in tourism when I was in the high school, when I was 11 years old. And in Italy, we have a lot of schools that are specialized in tourism. And so I had the opportunity to study several foreign languages. In fact, I speak English, French, German, a little bit of Spanish, and I'm Italian mother tongue, of course.
Un
Spanish for us
poquito,
is
huh?
very poquito. For us
Poquito.
is quite easy to maybe understand
Understand.
exactly. Um, and so after the school, the high school and the college, I took a degree at the University of Padua in art and archaeology with a combination of cultural tourism. And so this was wonderful for me because I could include two of my passions that are art and
Right.
archaeology with the travel industry and the tourism. I also lived for a few months in Australia after my degree. And when I came back to Italy, I started to work in the tourism, especially in the incoming tourism to
Right.
Italy. And it's wonderful for me to let the guests discover the real Italy. So traveling in Italy and see how for us it's living in Italy and live as us.
I think you must be one of the luckiest people in the world to get to live and work in Italy. I know my Italian friends may think otherwise sometimes due to the bureaucracy, but I think there's a joie de vivre in Italy that doesn't exist in many other countries, right? You have the art, the history, the culture, but you also can enjoy life and not, I don't know. Maybe it's just also we romanticize life in Italy from over here in the US, but
No,
that,
of course, we know. So we love our country, and we are really proud that you guys fell in love with Italy, and we're really proud of that. And so we always are here with open arms to welcome you in order to let you discover
well,
our
thank
different
you.
kingdom.
So let's talk about kids and Venice, right? I've been to Venice several times and we haven't taken our kids there yet, but next time we do, what do you think we should do, Lisa?
So there are some wonderful things that you can do in Venice to discover this magic city. Uh, there are more artistic things, but there are also very yummy experiences that we can do with the kids. One of the most popular that we created is the chocolate cake tour.
Ooh, tell me more.
So we have two patisseries in
Okay.
uh, in Venice that create chocolate or so chocolate cakes as well
Right.
with the original cocoa seeds. This
Mhm.
chocolate it's organic and it's not processed, so with low
Natural.
sugar.
Right.
Exactly, thank you.
Yes.
And we organized this tour with the guides, walking around and following the way of these two patisseries that are in
Mm.
two different areas of Venice. Once there, the kids and the parents, of course, can taste the chocolate and the chocolate cake. And so this is, of course, having also a cafe, an espresso, or a
Right,
cappuccino
right.
together. And this is a very unique experience.
I don't think Italy is really known for its chocolates, but you have produced some really great chocolates over there in Italy. For example, last year I was in Puglia. Was it last year or this year? I don't remember. Like I said, everything's a blur when I travel these days. But I was in Bari, and then I went to just like a supermarket across the street from the hotel I was staying at. And I went in and I think I bought my kids like 4 pounds of different kinds of Italian chocolates,
Yeah,
right? And my son's like, "This is really good." I said, "Better than the Swiss chocolate? Better than the Belgian chocolate?" He goes, "Yeah, because this is dark chocolate, fondente. You have a special word for
yes.
fondente, right?"
Contenta,
And
yeah.
that is amazing. Like milk chocolate, yes, I get you can go to Belgium and Swiss, but like the fondente stuff is amazing in Italy. If you really like dark chocolate and the more natural stuff, it's just incredible, out of this world, I think.
Yeah, so we have in Italy, in Sicily, just going a little bit out of our region, we have Modica, the
Oh,
famous town of
yes.
Modica. The Sicilian Modica chocolate is delicious. Is
Yes.
delicious.
I did
And
buy a bar of Sicilian chocolate in Bari.
only one, only one.
Well, I'm gonna go to
Only
Sicily next month, so maybe I'll buy some more.
oh wow. Yeah, so we have one of our colleagues just came back 2 days ago from Sicily, and she bring us some Modica chocolate
Mm.
with pistachios inside it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
That's
Like
my
it's
favorite
delicious.
combination, right? It's just
Yes.
the nuts and the chocolate. Yeah, I know. It's anyway. Okay, so
And
that sounds great. You do the chocolate
then,
cake tour with the kids. What else can we do?
then if we want to do some another yummy experience, we can do a visit of the Canareggio district, that is
Oh,
the
yes.
north district
Yeah,
of Venice. And in this area, there is also the Jewish ghetto, and
right.
there is another bakery, a very small one that you have just two people can stay inside. The other one have
Really?
to take you
Okay.
outside. Very
I
small,
need to go. I need to go.
and they do some wonderful Jewish biscuits,
Yeah,
Jewish dessert that really make your day, because we can do with the guide walking on this part, going out of the big street, the most
right.
famous one where it's very crowded, and just with a 5 minutes walk, you go in the north part of Venice and you will discover this wonderful area. And so we have the sweet part with
Mhm.
this wonderful biscuits, but if we keep walking on this area, we also have the salty area
Right. The
for the
savory foods
aperitif
and things like
egg.
okay.
So you can enjoy, we call it in Venice. There are these osterie that are our typical bar that in Venetian are called baccaro.
Baccaro.
And in this baccaro, you can taste some, of course, alcohol-free drinks for the kids, but the parents can enjoy a spritz or a glass of prosecco, a glass of wine, together with some cicchetto. Cicchetto are our, we can call it the tapas,
Yeah,
like
tapas and Venetian
like
style, yeah.
exactly. And so you can start with the biscuits and then walk 10-15 minutes and ending with the savory and
Yeah,
this
and you can
wonderful.
visit a few of those osteria and try
Yes.
different kinds and just walk, because in Venice, you have to walk or you take a water taxi or a boat. But really, it's just a great way to get to know. I think years ago when I was there with my husband, we went into one that was frequented by a lot of the men in like the gondolier sailing
Oh,
industry. Like they just all went in and out. So we said, I think we should go there because that place is busy. That place is really busy. Yeah.
yes. When you
So
will see local people, it means that is original and you can have the best food and the best culinary experience. Yes, I totally agree with you. And you stop there and you did a great choice.
yeah, just watch, just observe, sit back and observe for a few minutes and see where people are going, and then you follow. If you don't have any guides or you don't have your private guide with you, but I would definitely do that if you have the time in Venice. It's a great experience. Is that something that they do at night too, or is that more in the afternoon in Venice?
Normally for us Venetian, the aperitif time it's from during winter time we start like 4:30, 5 p.m.
Okay.
So you can enjoy the late afternoon. In summertime is a little bit later, of course, because the sunset is around 8 p.m. So we can start like this kind of aperitif tour, Baccaro tour around 6.
Mm,
6 p.m., 6:30, and enjoy a walk. Also because during summertime it's quite warm, so it's
yeah, and maybe
more.
do the gondola at night. Can you do like a sunset kind of gondola? Would you
Yes,
prefer? Yeah.
you can do a very nice sunset gondola. Um, you can do first the gondola, and then also the gondola can stop nearby
Oh,
the
okay.
area of this wonderful Baccaro shops, Baccaro bar, and then you can enjoy it.
Oh, that sounds
and
like fun.
continue the walking. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Or do
That's
also with a water taxi Grand Canal tour as well.
right. How about during Aqua Alta, like during the rains? Are there certain things to entertain the children, or do you just stay out of certain areas that are flooded in the city?
So for sure, kids will love to walk around Venice.
I
So,
know.
but of course, this is not the best idea because, of course, the water come from the lagoon that is not
Right.
a clean sea or
Right.
clean ocean. But it's nice because the area that where there are this that are flooded when there is the high tide, there are some pedestrian walkway,
Yes, I've seen like the stilt
and
or
so
the
you can,
walkways, right? So
yes.
people are walking on those.
Exactly. So, by the way, there are some area of Venice. So, when we have huge high tide, fortunately now we have this particular mose. Is this
Right.
big?
See, you've been working on that for like 20, 20,
Yeah,
30 years.
it's Italian way, but actually we have it ready.
Okay.
So, and Jenny, oh, it of course required a lot of maintenance
Okay.
every year, every month, every day. So also the maintenance is really expensive. So,
Yeah.
but by the way, we have it. And so when there is a very high tide, this big mm, machine will
Right.
close the
Real
different,
close. Yeah,
yes,
it's like
is
acts of like a dam. Is that what it is? Is it a dam or I'm not
it
exactly sure, but it like controls like the floodgates of the water lagoon, right?
so when they are expecting a very high tide,
Right.
there are these big things that close, that come up
Mm-hmm.
and close the three entrances of the lagoon.
Okay.
It will take a while, of course, a few hours to be ready. And as well, for example, the cruise ship cannot enter because
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the entrances are closed. And then when the tide go down, the high tide is a combination of winds, of
Right.
rain, of moon phases. When it start to go down, they will open, and so the water, so
Yeah.
the tide can start to go up and down
Yeah.
as normal. But it's an experience as well to see Venice with the high tide.
The high
It,
tide. What season is that then? Is that
now is no more a season. There is normally is autumn.
mm-hmm.
October, November are the most popular months for the high tide. But in the last years, due to the climate change,
Right. Gosh,
we
everybody's been talking about that. Everyone says like harvest is earlier,
oh
this
yes,
is happening longer. I went swimming in November, because of climate change, right? It's hard to deny that's actually happening. So, yeah.
yes, yeah. So we must be conscious about these changes and do our best to preserve our world, to preserve our
Yeah.
wonderful landscape, cities, but also the animals and fishes, everything. Yes.
How about other like maybe multi-gen activities in Venice? Would you have any other suggestions of what families can do with kids of different ages and maybe grandparents are also involved? So everybody has a different kind of activity level and ability to keep up, so to speak.
Yeah, so wonderful things can be the rowing lesson. If a family want to do some more active activity, they can
Right.
do a rowing lesson also, but not
Is that
only.
with like a gondolier or is that with some other kind of
A
what kind of
simi
row?
it
Something similar
it
like that?
Yes, it's, let's say, a more simple gondolier, and
Okay,
so they will of course row this the typical way.
got it.
Yes, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all, but it's wonderful because the the adults can do that with the kids. Of course,
You
they can.
you guys have a regatta there, no? In Venice? There's
Sorry,
a regatta season, a regatta, right?
there are several regatta. We had the most famous one last Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the Regatta Storica. We had it here the early September, and then we have some of them during summertime. We had the regatta called the Regatta della Senza. We have the Redentore, this big day of fireworks that we have
Oh,
the third
wow.
Saturday of July. We have Carnival. Also during Carnival
Yes.
time, we have a lot of regatta, small or big, or just for Carnival. They are not regatta with a prize. There are people
Yes.
dressed,
Yes.
and
I think
during car.
What about Carnival with families? How does that work? I mean, I always see Carnival as kind of more of an adult activity, right? But with tweens or teens or maybe older adult children, they can participate in Carnival?
Yes, of course. So Venice is during carnival time, you can walk all around Venice and you will see people dressed with a carnival costume, with a mask, and simply you can just wear a small mask and you are in the carnival mood in Venice.
And in order to prepare, they could go to a mask making class or something like that and wear that mask at Carnival, right?
Exactly. They can do first the mask making class,
Yeah,
create their own mask,
sounds like
kids,
fun.
but
Yeah.
parents as well, and then enjoy Venice during carnival time. So there are so many wonderful things to do during carnival and also to eat, because
Mm,
very, very popular are a sort of donuts. We call it
okay.
frittelle.
Frittelle,
Uh,
okay.
they are like some balls with cream or creme chantilly in the middle
Okay.
or
Okay.
chocolate, and they are fried and they are the typical Venetian carnival dessert.
Sounds
Love
wonderful. I mean, I think Venice has everything to offer, and it is a year-round destination because you have museums that you can go to if it's cold, right inside. There's events like Carnival that happen in the winter. Then you have events. Summer is just crazy with tourists,
Yeah,
but fall and spring it's just beautiful. And then if you like art, Biennale occurs, right? So you can go to Biennale. Um, yeah, there's just so much to do in that very small, concentrated
yeah,
amount of space. And I
yeah,
think what a shame is when clients say, "Oh, I don't like Venice because it's too much of a tourist trap." And I say, like, you don't like Venice because you were forced to see and do too much. If
yes,
you just if you get off that cruise ship and you actually go and stay in Venice, and now Venice is imposing a tax or a city fee if you don't stay in Venice, correct?
exactly, yes,
So if you don't support the locals and you don't stay in a hotel, local hotel, you don't really. I think the best part of exploring Venice is at night when all the cruise people have left, to be quite honest, you know? And
of
then you
course,
can go and do things, see where the locals hang out, and just kind of watch the boats or the vaporetti or whatever go by. And those are the kinds of memories I think your kids are gonna like. Grabbing a gelato, sitting near the piazza, one of the little piazza. It doesn't have to be piazza. Go to Sao Paulo, go to uh, the Lido or something like that, one of the different islands nearby, and just wander and get lost. And that's the beauty of Venice. But
in fact.
yeah,
No, in fact, a smart things is, for example, to do uh, to do a sightseeing, so to visit St. Mark's Square or the Doge's Palace or the most popular and iconic location of
right.
Venice, maybe in the afternoon, because during morning time,
So
everybody
busy.
wants, yes, very busy. And also because of we have a lot of cruisers in any case,
Yes, the cruise
and
ships, right.
they disembark, and so they will do the visits in the morning time, of
Correct,
course.
correct.
Uh, so a smart idea can be maybe to do some activity out of the city center or in the islands in the morning time, and
Hmm.
then come back in the city center maybe after lunch. Of
Okay,
course, there will be a lot of people, because I mean
right.
during summertime is it's
Very
okay,
busy.
but a little bit less, because sometimes cruisers has to go back or to the ship,
Right.
or they have to go maybe to the airport. They just have a few hours to visit, and they are all concentrated in the morning.
Okay. Good advice for the listeners out there, right? Wow.
This is a
That's
very
that's really good advice. No, I think people don't think
yeah,
about that. They think, okay, everyone says I need to go early in the morning to beat the heat, but you're saying actually there are so many people traveling in the morning. If you want
yes,
flexibility and you are actually staying in the city, head out for a little bit, then come back. Maybe go to like Padua or I don't know, somewhere
exactly.
else or up in the mountains for a little bit, and then explore Venice at in the afternoon and on the evening when everybody else is gone.
Exactly. Venice is magic at every time
Yes,
of the day,
it
but
is.
when it's evening, when you
Mm,
have all the palaces with the lights, and or maybe during summertime, the sunset, it's around 8:30, 9 in the
yeah.
evening. You can walk in the Zattere area, that is the
Yes.
most south part of Venice. Uh, you can really see a wonderful sunset. with less people, when it's less crowded. Having this, if we just think a little bit how to schedule the
Right.
visit, to say, okay, maybe I can visit Venice in the afternoon, and
Right.
ask
Right. Right.
people to go also outside of Venice to see Treviso, or to see
Right.
Padova, or Vicenza, or Verona, the town of Romeo and
Verona.
Juliet.
Yes.
uh,
Beautiful.
and then you can come back around 5 p.m., 4 p.m. in Venice and enjoy it at the best.
When all the mass tourism has left. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lisa. I mean, I think this gives the listeners lots of ideas of what to do with family and their friends when they go Venice and the surrounding areas. Once again, thank you for listening to this episode of Riveting Trips with Jeanie Colclough. I'm Jeanie Colclough, your Condé Nast top travel specialist, specializing in family and multi-gen travel. And one of my favorite places to visit, if you haven't noticed, is Italy. Okay. And if you like what you hear, hit like and subscribe. If you'd like to plan a trip with us, please contact us below. All our information is below. And look forward to listening and talking and sharing with my friends later on. Ciao, ciao, everybody.
Bye bye. Ciao.